What's up, guys? Welcome to Tech News Day.
Oh, good. Would you look at that? One of our last lines of defense against Boston Dynamics' robot dog army, shutting a door, is now useless. Our only hope now is that in a few decades we invent a time machine to send back one of our own robot dogs to defeat these robot dogs. We're joking, of course, but, well, half joking at least, but it is weird how every time Boston Dynamics releases a hot new video showing a hot new robot or hot new robot skill, the first thought that pops into our heads is, oh, so this is how we die.
And by the way, this is just what they're showing us. They probably got stuff behind the scenes that they're cooking
Dog's
up.
doing some freaky shit in the back room.
Yeah. Now, what you just saw was the Spot Mini Robo-Dog opening a door, which, compared to some other Boston Dynamics videos, isn't all that revolutionary, really. The last time we checked in with Spot Mini, it was already doing stuff like loading dirty dishes into a dishwasher with its creepy neck arm thing. So, opening doors, not really a surprise. It is, however, still creepy as hell and instantly conjures memories of the velociraptors in Jurassic Park stalking the kids through the kitchens.
You never stopped to think whether you should.
Yeah.
You were so obsessed with whether you could. So aside from the immediately horrifying aspects of the new video, though, Spot Mini is looking a whole lot more sleek and sexy than the last time when it was just an ugly mess of exposed wires and components. This colorful new look is probably, almost certainly, a conscious attempt to make these things less creepy and less reminiscent of those robo-dogs from that one episode from this most recent season of Black Mirror, which were obviously inspired by Boston Dynamics robot dogs and how they're almost certainly going to be used to hunt down human beings into extinction someday not too long away from now. Put as much of that bright yellow paint on there as you want, Boston Dynamics. You're not fooling us.
At least you'll see it coming.
Yeah.
Still not letting this thing anywhere near my dangly bits. A lot more tech issues to
Wear
run
a
through.
cup.
Really though, Spot Mini isn't even the scariest robot that they've got over there. Handle, the upright Terminator on rollerblades that can jump 3 feet in the air. There's also Atlas, the humanoid bipedal robot who can land a goddamn backflip. Those things are still much scarier.
Yeah.
But whenever Boston Dynamics gives us a glimpse at the future robopocalypse, we like to put things into perspective by laughing at other, shittier robots that are currently out there right now. And thankfully, over in South Korea, there's not just a regular old Winter Olympics happening. There's also a robot ski tournament.
So this tournament featured 8 robotics teams from universities, institutes, and private companies, all vying for a $10,000 prize for getting their robot down an 80-meter downhill skiing course quickly while avoiding obstacles. The results were hilarious and weirdly adorable. To qualify, the robots were required to stand on 2 legs and feature limbs with elbows and knees, basically be humanoids. And because the whole issue of gravity affects bigger robots more, most of these robots were the size of a small child. And for whatever reason, they dressed up the robots in child-sized snow gear. They don't get cold. What are you doing?
I do like it though, because then it's like, they don't seem as bad because they look like children. I mean, they're no like Shaun White, although that future probably is coming.
Put a big old ginger wig on him.
Yeah, would be good. Now the winner, Taekwon V by Mini Robot Corporation, was the smallest at just 75 centimeters tall, or 2 feet 5 inches for us Americans who enjoy the imperial
Freedom
system.
units.
He mainly seems to have won by being less shitty than the competition. He still crashed into all sorts of obstacles, though those crashes would just send him down the hill backwards or flip him up a full 360 degrees so he landed on his feet. It's pretty impressive how these little robots were able to do what's essentially dumbed down self-driving car tech to avoid obstacles going downhill on skis. But for now, the professional skier career seems pretty safe from being replaced by automation, although they do a better job than me. So,
study skiing in college, kids. That's the career of the future.
Yeah.
Robots not going to take your jobs.
Blue-collar job that everyone can get behind.
Way more impressive than that, though, was Intel's Olympics opening ceremony drone light show, featuring 1,280 drones weighing less than a pound each, all flying in formation to create moving objects like a snowboarder, a dove, and, of course, those Olympic rings that we'll probably get sued for showing you. It was incredible, though, to be fair, while viewers here in the US who watched the Olympics on a pretty long delay saw it happen during the opening ceremony, what we saw was actually pre-recorded back in December.
I knew that, because when I was watching it, I was like, this is CGI. I was blown away that it was actual drones, but I assumed that in case anything went wrong, they filmed this earlier. Which, we were talking about yesterday that they needed a drone to like accidentally fall down to prove that it was real.
Yeah.
But still impressive. Now, Intel had actually been planning to do the whole thing live. They just had to cancel at the last minute due to strong winds, which would understandably be a big fucking problem for a swarm of over 1,000 drones flying over a densely populated global event. They didn't hold back on sending skiers and snowboarders down in those windy conditions, which...
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, you know.
You suck! Get up, you idiot!
Yeah. Still, though...
I should be an Olympian.
Well, that's what the robots are saying. They weigh more,
yeah.
So they don't get pushed
Lower
by the
center
wind.
of gravity.
Exactly, they can make them aerodynamic. Still, though, pre-taped or not, it was an incredible and horrifying thing to see, which clearly required a ton of ambitious planning and work, and was a huge step forward compared to the American flag display at the 2017 Super Bowl halftime show. This was cool as hell, and barring putting weapons on these things, I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
The lights are cool. Maybe don't send these things into war, though. Be an unfair advantage.
They're too small. What are they going to do?
It's like wall hacks and aimbots. Don't use it.
Use them in war as a distraction.
Yeah. Put like naked lady. Make a naked lady out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart. You'll distract them and be like, ooh la la. Just like all the old cartoon stuff.
Yeah, the eyes pop out and everything.
Boom.
Great.
Boing. Anyway, moving on to things that are not cool.
Not cool.
Which we'd like to see less of. DeepFakes. We told you about DeepFakes a few weeks back, but it's basically an incredible use of artificial intelligence that was almost immediately used for unsavory purposes.
As most tech is.
Here's a new awesome thing. Oh, and it's ruined.
Yeah.
Users on Reddit came up with an easy-to-use method for taking source data of a person's face and then compositing onto footage of another person. That sounds fun.
What could go wrong?
Oh, on the fun side, you got Nicolas Cage's face added onto various iconic movie scenes. Oh, that's fun. And on the not-so-fun side, you had female celebrities being inserted into hardcore pornography. Even worse, people were starting to put regular, non-famous women and girls that they knew in real life into porn.
We got a good insight into what Redditors' favorite actresses
Yeah.
that they wanted to see in pornography were.
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah?
She was like one of the big ones. The Harry Potter girl. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's easier with actresses, too, because there's thousands of photos to go off of. But we said last time that Discord was quick to drop the ban hammer on the deepfakes communities that popped up on their platform, but Reddit, where it all began, at least where it was being posted, had yet to do anything. Well, that changed last week when several deepfake subreddits were banned from the platform, along with a new site-wide policy against involuntary pornography, a new term for something we didn't even know existed until a few weeks ago, outside of revenge porn, I guess. But the non-porn uses of deepfakes, they're still allowed, and they're on subreddits like Fake App and SFW, which stands for Safe for Work Deepfakes.
Don't give Reddit too much credit, though. It took Reddit longer to ban what's essentially on-demand revenge porn than it took Pornhub to do that. Giphy Cat banned involuntary porn a full 7 days before Reddit did. Yeah. They waited a long time. Reddit has a long track record of only addressing serious problems with its platform after getting a ton of bad press.
Just like YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
And that's exactly what happened here.
Let the money flow till there's a big problem.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, Twitter also jumped on board, instituting a site-wide ban on deepfakes porn. So while none of this is going away anytime soon, and it will most likely get more and more realistic and creepy and worse, it is nice to see so many major sites act relatively swiftly in deciding, hey, this shit isn't something we should allow.
It was a very easy thing to be like, nah, that's probably bad.
Yeah. Also, we don't want the liability of being associated with it at all.
Yeah. In the meantime, the fun applications, like putting Nicolas Cage's face on everything, are still around to be enjoyed. But it does suck that we've all now got yet another reason to question whether something that we're seeing is real or not. It's only going to get worse from here on. In addition to the deep fake stuff, there's also been a lot of terrifying work done on synthesizing speech, like Adobe's Voco prototype that they showed off a while back, which can analyze a few minutes of a person's speech and then allow you to make them say basically anything you type. Ugh. This used to be reserved for radio morning shows, where they would just take hours of George Bush's speeches and chop it into really awkward conversations.
Yeah.
They were hilarious at the time.
Or making Arnold Schwarzenegger prank calls.
Exactly. Now, combine those two ideas skillfully enough and you can make anyone say anything. And even if you are smart enough to notice the telltale signs of fakery, a ton of idiots on the internet are going to take it at face value. Looking for a career path with promise? Get into digital forensics now. That's just like snowboarding.
Yeah.
You got a bright career.
A digital forensics specialist who snowboards from from job site to job site. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, shred.
Yeah. And less terrifying AI news. Remember that neural network that was trained to name new paint colors and ended up just spitting out a bunch of stupid nonsense instead? Well, the researcher behind that, Janelle Shane, posted a new entry to her AI weirdness blog in which she fed an AI every candy heart message that she could find and told her to give it some new candy heart messages. The results were predictably hilarious.
You are babe.
You a love.
Love bun.
Love bot.
Fang.
Sweat poo.
Oh, God. Shibby fans love it. Love 2,000 hogs. Yeah.
Time bear.
Ooh.
My hag.
Stank love. And so on. I mean, these all just seem like either knockoffs or like prank gifts. Like if you go to like Spencer's Gifts, these are the candy hearts you get.
Yeah.
Poo sweat.
Poo sweat.
Hey, babe, I love your poo sweat. You see? I also picked up a gigantic oversized flask while I was down there at the Spencer's. And a Marilyn Manson t-shirt. It's a fun store. Not sponsored.
Yeah, but honestly, I'd probably buy these if they were available to purchase, despite the fact that candy hearts taste absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they're like...
What's the deal with candy hearts?
I'm sure
Who's eating these things?
there's a subset of people who love them just like they love candy corn.
And pips.
Yeah, and those little pre-wrapped things that people put in your trick-or-treat bag that are just like peanut butter cream. Get out of here.
And then those circus peanuts.
Yeah.
Who's eating all this shit?
When you get that stuff in your trick-or-treat bag, it's almost as if you wanted an apple with a razor blade in it. But anyways, before we move on, we do have a sponsor this week. And guys, it's Google. What can your data tell you? With Google Cloud Platform, use machine learning at scale to build better products. Google Cloud's AI provides modern machine learning services with pre-trained models and a service to generate your own tailored models. Their platform is now available as a cloud service to bring unmatched scale and speed to your business applications. It predicts so your business can thrive. To learn more about Google Cloud Platform, click the link in the description below or go to g.co/getcloudai.
Thanks, Google.
Yeah.
Now it's time to get Phil Arrigo in here and give us our weekly fix of things in the tech world that we should be really infuriated at and or terrified by. Phil, tell us where to point our pitchforks this week.
All right, so let's go around the world of tech again and see if there's anything that's not incredibly depressing. Let me just see if we're on here. Nope, we got a bunch of bad shit. Okay, so Equifax, the case of herpes that just won't go away. Well, guess what? Even more info got released. Yeah, now they're thinking passport numbers are out there too, so that's probably pretty bad. And you go, Phil, you stupid Americans. It's an American company. I don't live where you live. In the UK, 700,000 driver's licenses are suspected to be breached by Equifax. So don't worry if you live in like Guam or Australia. They probably managed to screw your life up. Okay, all right. So let's move on from this thing, because I'm sick of talking about this story. Cryptojacking. You know when people take some software and they put it on your like gaming PC or your phone or whatever, and they try to mine for Bitcoin or Monero or whatever bullshit, cryptocurrency? Well, it's getting a little bit worse. IT firm Raidflow found cryptojacking software infected a water utility in Europe. Not the bullshit one in Monopoly that costs $75, but one of those big plants that, you know, makes water come to your house and into your toilet and in your shower and into your water cups. Well, one of those wasn't just, you know, regulating the flow of water around the country, it was mining for cryptocurrency. Marco Carducci from Red Team Security said, industrial control systems require high processor availability, and any impact to that can cause serious safety concerns. Which, yeah, you know, the software in these giant, huge plants is very kind of rudimentary and basic, and, you know, probably looks like it would run on a 1980s DOS computer, but there is enough processing power there to get this done, but not exactly putting like, you know, GTX 1080s in these things so they can just have all sorts of extra processing power. I think they need every single one of those cycles to make sure that, you know, they don't explode, because usually cryptojackers, you know, give you like 30% and only take 70% of your processor to do their business. But some of them are getting a little greedy, and this cryptojacking software is to go into 100%, and experts are saying they can cause physical damage, not just to the plant, but possibly to you. Next up is the Olympics, right? So let's just move on to something we all can enjoy. We all can watch on TV and watch some, you know, highly skilled figure skaters fall down and maybe break their tailbones. IT systems got hacked during the opening ceremony on Friday. What does that mean? What does that mean? Did someone just vandalize their website? No. First off, visitors couldn't print tickets. Well, that seems pretty low. Oh wait, they killed monitors there. That's kind of bad. Oh, and the Wi-Fi was down? That sucks. All right, so this is from some virus a worm that they nicknamed Olympic Destroyer. Woo! Which sounds like a porn parody of the Olympics. But basically, Olympic Destroyer, wink, it was a big DDoS attack on their network. Talos researcher Craig Williams said they wanted to do as much damage as they could, as fast as they could, and it kind of looks like they did. So I would say right now...
Who did it? How many Bitcoin did they get?
Okay, I don't know how many Bitcoin they got. I'm not saying Russia did it. I'm just saying that no matter where you go, just take comfort in knowing that whether you are a credit agency or have a social security number, or you just want to go take a shower with water or want to go to the Olympics, people will try to hack you because you are somebody. And that's a rap fact.
Well, thanks, Phil. All right, well, so we got a few more tech stories to round out this week. Let's start with the fact that the big lawsuit between Alphabet and Uber over whether or not Uber stole a bunch of self-driving car technology has finally come to an end.
Oh, a good update that finally seals the deal on this story.
And it's actually been resolved pretty peacefully for this kind of case.
Cool.
So odd. The whole saga had started almost a year ago. So just to recap, Uber hired a dude named Anthony Lewandowski to basically run their self-driving car department, who had previously worked at Alphabet's self-driving car company Waymo. Waymo sued Uber, saying that when Lewandowski left Waymo, he took a bunch of intellectual property with him on a hard drive and illegally used it to improve Uber's self-driving tech.
The perfect crime. Only it wasn't.
It wasn't.
This kind of case, it's not very uncommon at all in Silicon Valley, where people can bounce around from competitor to competitor. Around this time last year, a lawsuit was settled between Facebook and ZeniMax over intellectual property that went into the Oculus Rift. And Facebook ended up having to pay a lot of money for what ultimately seemed to be more about incompetence than malice. Something similar would have probably happened in Uber versus Waymo if former CEO Travis Kalanick was still in charge. Bless his heart, I guess.
Nah, fuck it. We're taking this shit to trial.
Yeah, we're gonna show Google.
We're gonna. Oh man, his testimony was.
It would have been perfect.
He
would have been begging.
Well, he did testify.
Oh please, please.
They were asking him about.
I'll give you $100,000.
They were asking him about all these like terms he was using. Like they were going through his text messages, and there was one where he's like, "Laser's the sauce, bro." They're like, "So what did you mean by this?" He's like, "Well, I was saying like lidar is essential to the self-driving tech. Laser is the sauce."
Man, he is communicating on a whole different level.
Travis, what is a jam sesh? He's like, "Yeah, it's kind of like getting a bunch of jazz musicians in the room making music, except we're talking about tech."
Say what you want about Travis Kalanick. He keeps his ear to the street.
He did.
Yeah.
Real hype beast, that Travis Kalanick.
But Uber's new CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi, is pretty committed to putting Uber's scandals in the past. So Uber and Waymo, they reached a peaceful settlement in which Uber gives Waymo $244 million worth of Uber stock and signs an agreement promising to not use any of Waymo's confidential hardware or software. So good deal for Google, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, Waymo wins, but Uber also wins by acting like rational adults for once and knowing when to cut their losses, avoiding what could have been a much more costly decision by the court.
Yeah, also, they now have a kind of partner who is going to profit or loss based on the success of their company.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll end up working together? I doubt it, but...
Friendship.
Yeah, they're probably selling those stocks right now.
Also, despite Waymo having evidence that Anthony Lewandowski had made off with a ton of confidential Waymo files when he left, it would have been actually really, really hard for them to prove that any of that ended up in Uber's cars. Mm-hmm. The case had the potential to be a real shit show that never goes away and keeps popping up in appeals court over and over and over again, like Samsung versus Apple. But with this settlement, both parties can walk away relatively unscathed, and with Uber's new CEO having demonstrated that he truly is not Travis Kalanick, there's even room for an Uber-Alphabet partnership somewhere down the line.
There you go. In other Uber news, they're now requiring drivers to take at least a 6-hour break between 12-hour shifts, which is great news if you've ever ridden in an Uber being driven by someone who's clearly worked themselves to the bone and probably shouldn't be on the road.
It's fun.
I know I have. It is scary.
For me, it's always when I need to catch a flight in the morning. It's like 7 a.m., call the Uber up, I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm great, I've been driving since midnight." I'm
yeah. I got a Trenty right here. Keep me going. Now, anyways, this new rule is enforced directly by the driver's app, which will simply block drivers from accepting new fares after they've worked for 12 hours. Of course, There's nothing stopping workaholic Uber drivers from simply switching over to Lyft after those 12 straight hours of driving, which is a troubling thought, but according to Uber, over 60% of their drivers, they drive less than 10 hours a day, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, here's a little recommended reading for you guys. Wired has a great cover story this month documenting the last 2 years of Facebook just being a complete mess.
Yeah.
Cover image is a great image of Mark Zuckerberg with the shit beaten out of him, but yeah, it just talks about how they just royally fucked up trying to switch from being a social network to being a news platform. And just screwed up in every way, and how Rupert Murdoch may have secretly been behind a lot of the bad press for them. That one's interesting. I haven't even finished that one. Another good read. Kotaku did a really great article about the early days of Atari, because Nolan Bushnell was supposed to receive a GDC
Friend
award.
of the show.
No, friend of the show, Nolan Bushnell was supposed to receive an award from GDC, but then there was a lot of hashtag #MeToo outcry based around things, kind of misogynistic shit he said over the years about the freewheel and early days of Atari. Kotaku actually went back and interviewed a bunch of the women who worked there in the 70s, and they all said, like, yeah, by today's HR standards, shit wouldn't fly, but it was the favorite job I've ever had in my life.
Oh. Was there any...
And they uncovered, there's like, basically like Nolan Bushnell, he's been married to the same woman since like 1976. He like created an image of the company that was like the Playboy Mansion that was exaggerated
Yeah.
to like pump up his brand,
Yeah.
but was actually like, it seems like it was a pretty nice place to work.
Did they do any interviews with employees of Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, check out I'll put the links to those articles down there.
Facebook's problem, though, they only wanted to find out if they could. They never wondered whether or not they should. And that's the problem with a lot of tech.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum was right.
He is, you know what?
Dr. Ian Malcolm was right.
And everything turned out fine for him. He's doing great right now.
We
should all strive to be
He's playing
like-
jazz every week.
Yeah. He's in every big movie. He's playing jazz all the time. We should all strive to be like Jeff Goldblum and not Mark Zuckerberg. Anyways, that's it for this week's show. It's a good thing to end on there, a little inspirational note. But again, thank you to this week's sponsor, Google. What can your data tell you? With Google Cloud Platform, use machine learning at scale to build better products. It predicts so your business can thrive. To learn more about the Google Cloud Platform, click the link in the description or visit g.co/getcloudai. Everyone, check out our other episodes over here. We have we did a whole live show about the Olympics and a bunch of other stuff. We did a little Q&A at the end. It's a very fun episode, so watch that. There's a lot of weird shit going on at the Olympics. Might have some for Weekly Weird News as well. Also, we did, this past week's news dump is Logan Paul's in a little bit of trouble again. So don't miss that. He'll probably be fine.
Bye.
Bye.